Hi guys, welcome to episode 12, Snagged Podcasts. Here we go again.
The boys are back.
That's it.
We're on.
Did the intro, Hooch? People got used to that.
Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, for those in attendance and for the millions around the world, are you ready to... I can't say ready to rumble because that is actually copyrighted. We've got to say ready to fish. Quick shout out to poor old Tim Zoo. Got his ass handed to himself yesterday. But if you don't have a defeat, you don't learn the lessons you need to be a champion. So let's not worry about it too much. It didn't do his career much good, but he's a great Australian boxer, and fingers crossed he comes back bigger and better than ever. But that's nothing to do with fishing. I just thought I'd interject.
Someone's got to win, someone's got to lose.
Well said.
That's exactly right. But yeah, what are we saying? 12 podcasts. That's pretty cool.
That's it. I don't know. We're learning as we go. Cool. Hooch's hints for the week. Go, my man.
Well, you've dumped me straight in it again. This week, okay, we've noticed, I think, on our Facebook page and also on our reports that the amount of people going to sea is on the increase because we are sick of the weather, and when it comes out really nice, we are hitting the water. And when it's nice, and I can see a lot of people doing that. So what I think we should do as a bit of a hint and a bit of a hot tip is make sure your life jackets are in check and in service. Now, when I say that, they can be just in the boat, they can be in the cab, and you forget about them, you pull them out, and they may not be in really good nick. So, I mean, we mentioned this before, but now that we're all getting on the water, we need to make sure that they are in really good service. And I think you've got someone that looks after them in your area, Thomas?
Life Jacket Servicing Tasmania. They've got drop-off points. Fisherman Shed is a drop-off point, but I believe he's got drop-off points everywhere. He comes and picks them up from the shop, takes them away, services them, ticks them, gives them the stamp of approval, and then just sends the invoice straight to you. He's well worth looking into. Perfect.
That's exactly what you need to do at this time of the year because, those old life jackets, the old-fashioned ones, we don't have those anymore. Or some people do. I often use one, particularly if I'm in freshwater. But those yokes and those inflatable jobbies, you must have them in good working order. So there's the tip for this week.
Fantastic.
Very good. If you want to go fishing, you want to do it again.
Absolutely. Now, before we get into reports and stuff, anything that's been happening in the world of fishing that you're aware of up north or what's happening?
Well, as a report or just in general?
Not just in general, I think, before we get into reports.
Oh, well, let's talk about the debacle that was that notification that it was a legislative gazetted notice and it was put out basically as it read, and people lost their minds, and rightly so, because as it read, it was saying that they're going to shut the sand flathead fishery on the East Coast down for 2 years. That is not the case. I stress that is not the case. This is some sort of a management mechanism that, I don't like to bring tarfish to this role so much because I like to be myself on this thing, but tarfish were completely blindsided by that, as were everyone. So just like to stress that sand flathead fishing is not shut for 2 years, and there'll be more to come out about that a bit later on, but it was just a control measure that they needed to realign the actual legislation with what is currently in the handbook. And, of course, the handbook is out now, the fishing handbook. So, yeah, go and get your law degree and get your head in that and give that a read.
Next thing you'll need to, figure out its occupation before you kill it. Is it depressed?
Careful where we go with this one, eh?
Absolutely. Cool. All right, getting into one little thing before we get into reports. I did notice they got legends at sheriff agencies. They put up a post the other day. It said, we put together an ultimate sniper prize pack for one lucky winner. Pack includes one of every colour in the Hawk snipers in both shallow and deep models. It comes preloaded in a Japanese-made tackle tray along with a Hawk beanie, valued at over $650. All you have to do is head over to the Sheriff Fishing page on Facebook, like the post, share the post to your profile, post a picture of your favourite fish you've caught on a Hawk sniper lure. Just a cool price, not affiliated with us out there. I just thought it was kind of cool to mention because, why not? Everyone loves something free.
Do a solid, get some solids.
Plus, it's a pretty good prize, like 600 and what was it, 600 and something bucks?
Yeah, not bad.
We've got some great colours in there too, so it's well worth doing. I won't be entering, obviously, because that would seem a bit weird considering I sell the things. But hey, look,
nothing to sneeze at. Nothing to sneeze at, but that's about that much.
Hey!
Oh, peekaboo. That wasn't prepared at all, was it?
I sold a lawnmower.
Oh, well done. There it is.
I was sick of the sight of it. I hate mowing lawns.
Well, I'll sell you one of each of the Hawk Sniper lures and give you a free beanie. How's that sound?
Happy days.
Cool. All right, moving over to reports. What do we got? Trout, go, my man.
So we're starting off Tony Rogers and Paul Rogers. Now, this was just a post we saw on Facebook, but it was a pretty cool one. So the fellows went out and they got a 6.5 pound, 700 mil wild brown trout. And apparently, word on the street is it was caught on a 1.4 pound brown trout they've caught, and then they've had it right next to the boat. And the big fisher came, grabbed onto it, and didn't want to let go. They got him into the net, and
That's 2 for 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's over. Look out.
That's pretty amazing. Now, Dylan, why was it wild? Did it stub its toe or something?
It's a fair call.
Just angry, not wild.
There you go, ladies and
Should be
gentlemen.
right.
There you go.
Someone's wild. Love it.
Rightio. Now, I want to say Sumar, but I reckon it's Summer. Summer Burgess, son's first trout. Congratulations.
Awesome work.
Popping the cherry.
Love it.
Beauty.
Cool. We've also got Dan Cordwell with a cracking brown, just over 5 pound. Epic fish. Good job, my man.
Rightio. That's back to me with a little bit of Ethan Howard gossip. Nice trout from the northeast over the weekend.
Awesome work, legend. Good job.
moving on. Lewis Sheenan caught one of those monster Brady's Lake rainbows on one of the Fish Australia 63s in golden trout.
You beauty.
That's it. Absolutely.
Delivering the goods
That's
for
it.
the people.
I love it. Paul Lang with a cracking brown. Awesome work, legend. Me again. Cool. Reese Weeding with a Fish Great Lake in the morning. Got 4, kept 3. Awesome work. Great Lake is starting to fish pretty well, so that's kind of a good thing to see.
And it's great for a
Nice
reason.
big long one for you to
There
read.
we go. Look out. Hope you're sitting down for this one. Josh Ward. Expecting to catch nothing made picking up this fella even more exciting. No trophy, but safe to say that small river fishing is getting better after the floods and recent rainfall. Many trips without a bite was disappointing, but this has lifted my spirits. Massive smiley face there. Look out. I don't blame you either. No measurement or anything. Oh, well, obviously happened. Just a quick picture and back in the water. We got evidence, so we'll pop it up there.
Absolutely.
Good on you, Joshy, eh? Beauty.
Nice.
We got Stacey Anthony here. Awesome trout. Boys, I'm guessing that's supposedly
The boys.
The boys. Yeah, we got the boys up at Lake Rowan. Rowan?
Roaland.
Sense.
Well, you had a long day, didn't you?
Oh, apparently.
That's it.
Apparently.
The boys had a great time up at Lake Rowan on the weekend, so awesome work, guys. Adrian Slater, another successful fishing adventure, the biggest trout caught by Jaden on one of Rodney Hardy's lures. So I'm not sure what Rodney Hardy lures are, but we'll look into that. Sounds kind of cool.
Not a signature series Rodney Hardy law.
Oh, I don't know. You're telling the
Apparently
story.
so.
No, I'd never heard of it.
Signed, sealed, and delivered, mate. Rightio. We're up to Daz, are we?
Yep.
Daz Windsor sounds like a man who knows how to catch a fish. A couple out of nice trout out of Meander. Right on.
Spell check
Typo
this.
101.
Was a
Like-
couple of nice trout out of the meander. I'm just going to fix all this because I wrote this and I did it quickly.
Top job.
Cool. Paul Lang with some nice trout over the weekend. Awesome job. Here's another big one for me to read. The legend from MSK Fishing Mick, blading, jerk baiting, and mussing for brim on Saturday. I'm thinking muss, that must be the little
The muscle.
muscle
yeah.
lures. I love that. Cool. Love it. They're starting to get their own little nicknames. That's cool. You know you made it when you get nicknames for a while.
That's it.
Oh, cool. Started Bridgewater Bridge to fish the structure on the incoming and got a few dinks on the blades, and then went headed to the Jordan. Eco Gear MW62F 393 nabbed a couple on that lure working the reed edges. The bite cooled off, so he headed to Prince of Wales Bay to do some vibing. That's your little honey hole that you like going. Ben nabbed a cracker on the muss, and I had a cracking fish on the blading between the boats with the Eco Gear ZX40 and got chomped right away. There's a lot of lure information there, so good job. I love it when we get reports and they tell us exactly what they caught it on.
That sounds like science is what it does.
All right, moving over into salt, because we actually got salt reports now, which is kind of cool.
Pop off.
That's it, and obviously that'll be getting even bigger and better soon. Edward King with an epic flathead from Orford. Well done, young fella. I heard you wanted to get on the podcast.
Champion.
Got one of his mates to send it in. It was a cracking fish. So good job, Edward King, you little legend.
Alrighty-o. Joshua Allen. Look out. went out for a flick. Good on ya. With his squid checks. Then a nice flatty came and took it. After a few picks, he got released the beauty. Somewhere East Coast, I reckon. Well, that's starting to sound like a
we
video.
couldn't quite figure out where it was. It was a video. We had to screenshot it to put it up. So
Good on ya.
that's it. My phone had a melter. Yeah, that was a cracking fish, man. Well done. You've done really well.
We've got Simon Wiggins here, picked up and some nice whiting and heaps of small flatties with some good-sized leather jackets in between. They don't taste too bad.
Butterfish, mate. That's what I call them.
Yeah, they don't taste too bad, the old leather jackets. Don't mind them. A few salmon as well, and one morwong and a goatfish as well. And that was all day Saturday.
Cool. Yeah, goatfish, not a common thing. That's kind of cool. So good job there.
Didn't know they went underwater.
Well, there you go. Richard Ford. Excellent. Oh, God. Richard Ford King, a future Valley getting about the tamer. You got one yesterday and one today. That was Sunday on the Z-Man Bloodworm Grubs.
Just real quickly, that does sound like a rock star name.
Richard
right?
Ford King.
That should be a front man of the band.
That's absolutely.
Long hair than mine, just absolutely nailing it out, shredding on a little bit of a guitar.
Z-Man Bloodworm sounds like a song. So there we go.
It does. There you go. Now we just need an album title. We're done.
That's it.
Oh, who's this? Caden Brown. Nice squid. First mention, well done. Getting the most out of the last few days before the closure. Go on, tell me more.
Oh, well, obviously, there's always been closures up the top end of the state.
Yeah, right.
And they've just decided to shut it down for spawning for a month, probably in the southern area. It should have happened a long time ago.
Yep.
Cool. So hopefully bigger and better squid. I reckon it's going to be absolutely epic when the season opens up. They were pumping beforehand, so it's kind of cool.
Golden.
All right, nice big long one here. Legends at Team Ultra. I'm just going to read out what those guys put up. He said, and again, Team Ultra on fire, trolled for 7 hours without a touch and then came back to the old honey hole at the Hippolytes. Because it looked a little bit fishy, as it was by the sounds of this report. As worked the area for a little bit, and the time finally came where they were were waiting for 3 rods, screamed off, had a triple on barrels, still's got one fish off us, estimated 90 kilos, and they boated the other 2. Epic fish, JB Lures and the new Halco 210 Pilchard doing the damage, 91 kilos, 95 kilos. Some southern bluefin, Team Ultra Strikes again. Honestly, those fish looked even bigger in the photos. I thought they would have been well over 100, but they probably underestimated them. Those boys,
being humble,
boys can fish well. It's credit to them all. What do you got in the north, big man?
Right. So, well, if we stick on the tuna tails, we've been wondering when the bluefin, irrespective of size, will be coming through. And Todd Bakes went out on the weekend and managed to find some school-sized fish, so that's good news. That'll get everyone excited. He was using a pink lure at the time. I'll send the photo. It's a nice-looking schoolie. But that pink lure, that had me thinking, albacore like pink lures, and I just wonder how long before someone actually catches an albacore in the strait. I mean, it's not something that you would commonly think, but that was the same with the bluefin here 3-4 years ago. So, who knows? Someone might catch an albacore in the strait this year. Who knows? And it didn't take long for the water to look absolutely fantastic. I was at a funeral this afternoon, and they had a little bit of a drinky poo at the yacht club, and you overlook the water. The incoming tide, the water looked green. It looked absolutely sensational. A lot of clarity given the rain we've had. And so it's very unusual to have that water quality this early, even after the rains. So maybe some bait will come through and draw some albacore. But in that good water, let me move my cursor onto Jordan Williams. Jordan Williams had a little bit of a sneaky fish this afternoon, went out off the wharf, the breakwall at Ulverston, was bait fishing and happened to come across a very nice silver trevally to 60 centimetres. So he was pretty chuffed. He was looking for a gummy, and when he picked the rod up, it took off and played up, and he thought he had something pretty cool, and it was, and very nice trevally. Now, back down your way. Oh, no, I might mention Tristan. So Tristan, my cobber Tristan, went out on his. He's calling it his snapper mark, but he's only caught the one snapper on there, so we won't call it a snapper mark until he repeats that. But he went out to his snapper mark and got 5 really nice gummies. Now, 2 of them went over a metre, and it was a good thing that he caught his 5, because when he went back to the boat ramp, I don't know whether you noticed, you probably didn't, but up here on the northwest coast, we had incredibly low tide yesterday. and he came back in and there was no water at the boat ramp there at Burnie. So he backed in. He had to push and manhandle his boat and winch it onto the trailer. And by the time that he got in the car to drive away, the trailer had settled into the sand and he couldn't actually pull the trailer out. So he had to get it all off again. And he had to get a rope and tow the trailer back out. And this bloke that was fishing on the wharf came and helped him. And because he helped him, he gave him one of his gummy sharks. So that was a pretty cool thing to do. And then he just sat there and waited for 3/4 an hour until the water come in. But that was something you need to keep aware of up here on the northwest coast, because our tides do not so much in the middle, but the north, northeast, and the northwest, the tides do have a fair bit of come and go. And lastly, back down to your part of the woods, Scotty O'Connell went out off Maria Island, and he found that they were across a fair few king flatheads, which was fantastic. They got a big feed of king flatheads, a few sandies amongst them. The depth was between 50 and 60 metres, and they were on the outside of Maria Island. And they got a good feed with a lot of fish put back in great nick for another day, and lots of really good stories and lots of laughs. So that's a great day out.
Exactly what we want to hear.
The sun's coming out, the sky's getting blue, and the fishing reports are starting to get better, which is awesome.
My word.
Yeah.
My word.
Cool. Well, guys, I think that's about us for the week. Just remember, don't forget to be a member, www.snag.com.au. Follow us on Facebook, Snag Podcasts and Giveaways. If you're not seeing it here, we're on YouTube too, but you must be on one of those because that's where you're seeing this right now. Got some awesome prizes coming up over next week. Got off the phone with Shimano and got some cool stuff coming. So get yourself a membership, be one of the happy winners, and we'll see you next time.
Make it right.
See yous.